Hi everybody, I'm DJ Foster here on Thursday, October 6th inside the Kelly Family Sports Center as the Grand Valley State football team practices indoors today in preparation of their trip up north to northern Michigan for the Saturday night's game. I'm joined as always by Grand Valley State head football coach Matt Mitchell. Coach, you guys are coming off the 70-7 victory over Tiffin this past weekend. It was a great offensive performance for you guys, 629 total yards of offense, including 400 yards in the air. Kind of looking at the tape, Monday, Tuesday, earlier in this week, what things did you see, good and bad, that came from the Tiffin game?
Offensively, I thought Heath did a great job throwing the ball. Had it not been for 3 drops, he could have been maybe 20 of 22. And just came back out, guns firing, and he handled that situation well. So, I think the one negative on the offensive side of the ball were we had a few drops of some balls that I think our receivers need to make for those catches. And we had a couple penalties that we were able to make up for those. But you get some tighter ball games, and it's going to be harder to make up for false starts and holding penalties. We had illegal linemen downfield, some things like that we can't have, the self-inflicted type penalties on offense. Defensively, same thing, dropped a few balls that we need to make those plays on the defensive side of the ball. But some of the fundamental stuff, our takeoff up front by our D-line was good. The way we ran to the football, our pursuit, I thought our tackling was good. The way we corralled the ball. And then, that game really swung when the quarterback left due to injury. Right. He was their best player, and so that's kind of a little bit how that margin got to the point it did because we were getting the ball back to our offense quickly, and they were taking advantage of their opportunities.
An easy look at the stat sheet says Heath Parling played well, Charles Johnson, Hersey Jackson. Kind of looking behind the numbers a little bit, who else did you feel had a good performance?
I think an unsung hero for our team continues to be Israel Wolfork on the offensive side of the ball. He's doing a lot of things for us, blocking and special teams that don't show up on the stat line that have been very critical for how we've been able to perform. And I think another guy that has been helping out our team a lot and been doing some good things as weeks progressed has been Tony Carrera. He's been playing better at the tight end position. You just don't see that stuff on the stat sheet. Right. So defensively, where Kenny Veal probably at our corner played his best game. Didn't really have any picks or a ton of tackles or anything, but from a technique standpoint and the way he approached the game, he played the best that he has today, and this is his first year really playing at Grand Valley. So I'm hoping we're kind of seeing some of these transfer guys and new starters are coming on their own a little bit on both sides of the ball.
You go up north to Northern Michigan for the Saturday's game at 1 o'clock. The Wildcats are 3-2 overall, 2-2 in the conference. Obviously, their offense is built around Carter Kopach, the quarterback, 4th in the conference in total yards. What are you guys kind of trying to do to slow him down a little bit or hopefully stop him?
It's difficult. He does a lot of things for their team. He's a very good passer. I think the thing that we will see out of Northern Michigan that we have not seen a lot up to this point is a lot of vertical passing. Both when you look at Finley and also what happened last week with Tiffin is a lot of dink and dunk and shorter passes. Sure. They will throw the ball down the field, and they've got some taller receivers that make plays. And then he possesses a unique ability to keep plays alive and create a second play. He does a great job when things aren't off 5-step. He moves around, stays active. Sometimes he pulls and runs, but can be as dangerous. And a couple of the touchdowns against Wayne State were off scrambles. He threw the ball down the field. So we've been working some scramble drills with our defense, trying to keep our coverage active when he's moving around. I think we've got to do a good job of trying to keep him in front of us, both in the run game and the pass game. But he's a good player. He's a senior quarterback that knows this league very well, and he's a very dangerous athlete.
Most indications point to the fact that it looks like you'll be able to move the ball on their defense, maybe a little easier on the ground than through the air if you just look at the stats-wise. But what are you kind of hoping to take advantage of offensively?
Well, they're an experienced defense. 9 of their 11 starters are seniors. They've struggled a little bit, against the run with some things, and so I'm hoping that we can take advantage of that. There's one thing we've been pretty consistent at throughout the course of the first 4 games. Has been our ability to run the ball. Right. So we're hoping we could take advantage of that. And then, we've got to protect Heath. I think they've done a good job of mixing up some of their fronts, and they'll bring blitzes and really try to pressure the quarterback. So this game is really going to come on our offensive line. They play a very physical front. They've got some seniors up there. Matt Ford is a local product from Zeeland that plays their nose guard, is a big physical kid. Zach Anderson from Sault Ste. Marie is a big physical player we've been very impressed with. So probably, when you talk about some of the other games we've played, we've had some more active, lighter defensive linemen. This will be a very heavy front. A lot of guys that are playing up front are very big people, and so I don't know if we're going to move them as well. We got to get some guys covered up, and our backs are going to have to run hard because they're going to get hit.
A few weeks ago, you lost Danny Richard to a tough season-ending injury. This week, you're kind of on the opposite end where you bring back Zach Breen for his first game action. What will it mean to have him back in the secondary for you?
It's going to mean a lot from just an off-the-field perspective. His leadership and now being in that locker room, and he'll be a captain for us on Saturday. And I think just having him there and our guys seeing him there will bring a little bit of gelling, emotional leadership standpoint before he even gets on the field. And then we're going to do a lot of different things, move him around. He's going to play safety. He's going to play nickel. He'll play an inverted position. So we're trying to get him back around the ball as much as we possibly can because he is one of our primary playmakers on defense. So I'm hoping we get a little bit of intangible benefit having him in our locker room and on the field from a leadership standpoint. And I'm also hoping that we get a tangible benefit in a lot of plays being made by Zach. And he's got to hopefully show up. And based on what we're trying to do with the game plan, I'm hoping he's up there in terms of our tackles. If that's happened, that means we're probably playing very well on defense.
Sure. If you had to pinpoint one thing that would be the biggest key for you to come back with a victory this week, what do you think it would be?
Well, I think it's turnovers and with that field position as a result. If Carter Kopach has short fields to work on, he's going to be successful. So us not turning the ball over on offense, giving our defense some room to work, and then if Northern struggled with one thing the past couple weeks, it's been special teams too. They gave up a kickoff return last week against Wayne State, and then they had a punt block for a touchdown. So we've got to make sure that our special team stuff is in order and that we set up field position for both offense and defense with our special teams. I'm hoping our specialists are excited. Chris Picano will be punting in the dome. I'm hoping we get good swings of field position. Marco Idarosa elements shouldn't be an excuse with any of our specialists. Sure. And so our special teams have got to show up, and it should given the environment that we're in.
Grand Valley State heads up to Marquette this Saturday, October 8th, for a 1 o'clock game with the Northern Michigan Wildcats. Coach, best of luck as always.
Thank you, DJ.
And thank you for watching on the Grand Valley Sports Network.